Go crazy, kill like crazy. I led 23 mentally ill patients to completely kill them. Not only did he kill the false gods from another world until they cried for their father and mother, he also leapfrogged the level and killed the 800 million false god named Bagua Mirror. However, just when the false gods despaired and humans cheered, a majestic divine power suddenly burst out from the sky. When I look up, a false god of 1 billion appeared in the sky. The people around saw this. They couldn't help but tremble and fear, although most of them still don't know the concept of tail god. But anyone with some brains can see it. The number of divine wings behind Ogami, it represents their strength. I was shocked when I saw a black-haired woman from the sports dragon group. It turned out to be a weird trick. You must know that even Shinya, who is the history of Yulong, his strength is only at the 5th level of Bagua realm. Think of this. The black-haired woman's face was extremely gloomy. Shinya and Shin Yuan's faces were even more ugly. But the remaining false gods present burst into cheers. Ten-Winged God Adult. Lord Ten-Winged God is here to save us. I saw the Ten-Winged Tail God coldly sweeping over everyone. Human ant. How dare you hunt me? All the gods should go to hell to repent. The voice fell. He wields the sword. In an instant, an incomparable golden moon swept out. Sorry, Shinya's face changed. Quickly burst out the most powerful force in the body. In an instant, hot red flames bathed him. Like a fire goddess. At this moment, Shinya used his peak level of power. An unparalleled red flame burst out in his palm. Blast towards the sweeping half-moon stone wings. Ogami sees this. There is disdain in the eyes. Ignorant human beings. How can an ant compete with the power of gods? Sure enough, just when the golden half-moon sword energy hit the red flame fireball, he cut it in half like a broken bamboo. Falling on Shinya. Brutal energy in space. Explode. Some surrounding buildings were instantly destroyed and turned into ruins. Shinya was thrown away by the powerful energy. Life or death unknown. How can this be? Even Master Yulongshi is not his opponent. Everyone sees the scene. There is despair in the eyes. My heart is full of fear. At this time, the stone-winged tail god said calmly, I will spare your lives this time. Wait until I return next time. And wait for humans. The ants tremble in fear. And this was not his intention originally. There are many strong people among the superhumans who make human beings. How to lead them out? Even if he is a billion-tailed god, I have to walk around without being able to eat. Immediately, the 1 billion tails god shouted loudly to anyone who dared to block it. The words of Sha Wu fell. The remaining tail god who was originally hunted. Suddenly, one by one, they walked out of the encirclement of the Yulong group. Shinya, the strongest dragon master in the dragon group, has been beaten until her life or death is unclear. Naturally, the members did not dare to block the way. I had no choice but to give way to these tail gods one after another. But just when they were about to leave here, the 10-winged tail god suddenly stopped. Only 23 masked figures in black robes stopped them. Ha 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 ha. Looks like our main meal is served. I don't know how this 10-winged tail god tastes. I ate a 6-winged tail god before. I feel like I'm going to heaven. The taste of the 10-winged taigami must be extremely delicious. All of these people were smiling evilly under their masks. But when all the tail gods saw this, they laughed disdainfully. After all, in their eyes, these 23 lunatics. The strongest person is just me, the 9th level peak of Beidou. In front of the 10-winged god in the refuge state. Okay, we are just ants. But this has been through everything before. The false god was horrified and said, Lord 10-winged god, these guys are not human at all. Both the 8-winged god and the 7-winged god were affected by that. Man in black dragon mask. What to eat? The 10-winged tail god looked surprised. When he sees the aura I exude. I felt an inexplicable palpitation. At this time, the mask scared me and the evil voice came from 1 billion tail god. It looks like I can have a good meal next. It's ridiculous to hear that almost all Ogami. Are you crazy? A 9th level Beidou existence. He actually said that he would eat someone who was 2 realms higher than him and converted to Jin. Billion-tailed god. They are all crazy. Even Master Yulongshi can't stop the opinions of the 1 billion-tailed god. How dare they? At this moment, Stone-winged tail god is too lazy to think about my existence. After all, in the face of absolute power, everything is useless. I saw the terrifying divine power erupted by the stone-winged tail god. A golden magical skill appeared in his hand. As he pulls the magic power, spit out the word death. In an instant, a golden sword stone shot towards the 10-winged tailed god with endless micro-energy. No room left. Prepared to kill us all with one blow. But when huge energy descended on the heads of 23 people, none of them are timid. Instead, he showed an excited smile. Seeing this, my black dragon ring emits a burst of black light. A blood-colored weapon that looked like a gun and hair appeared in my hand. I'm bathed in black thunder and lightning. Rushed towards the attacking golden swordsman. In an instant, Violent power exploded from the space. Huge power swept the entire place. Even my figure was swallowed up in it. What a terrifying power. Is this the strength of the 10-wing-tailed god? Are humans really the opponents of gods? Everyone was shocked at this moment. The terrifying power of the 10-wing-tailed gods. Pointless struggle. The 10-wing-tailed god said calmly, as if I was just an insignificant existence in his eyes. But the words just fell. A black figure exuding incomparable ferocity killed him directly. What is the life gate of? The expression of the 10-wing-tailed god changed. He never expected. I actually took his sword. You must know that sword was a blow with 70% of his power. Even a strong man of the 9th level of Bagua. There is no chance that he can take this blow, as my killing move comes to his head. The 10-wing-tailed god hurriedly held the divine sword to block. Both sides collide, make a huge crunching sound. What a strong force. It's the strength of Beta Realm. The billion-tailed god feels the tremendous pressure on his hands. I was very surprised. He can't imagine, when I grow up, how scary it would be. Think of this, the 10-wing-tailed god showed great killing intent, an unparalleled majestic divine power. Bloom from him. You're not qualified enough to kill me. I sneered, holding the bloody hair in hand. The aura of evil erupts from the body. The next moment, my body turned into an afterimage. Black thunder and lightning intertwined on the blood and hair in my hands, killing the 10-wing-tailed god. If I give you a few more years, maybe as you said. But now you. It's just that Beta is over. The 10-wing-tailed god also turned into a golden divine red. Swing your sword to kill everyone in the sky. I saw two beams of light, one black and one gold, intertwined and colliding together. As the spear and the divine sword collide, huge energy exploded. This land. They are all unknown heritage. Every time the 10-wing-tailed god fights me, the more frightened I feel. Because he found. Even though I almost tried my best, I can handle it calmly. And in this trance, my killing move has already come to him. The violent thunder and lightning intertwined on the blood-red spear in my hand. Transform into a black thunder snake, killing the 10-wing-tailed god. In an instant, powerful energy exploded in the space. The body of the 10-wing-tailed god was immediately thrown away, falling to the earth. The billion-tailed god is defeated. Everyone sees the scene. Everyone was stunned. One name 8-tailed god angry voice wrote, how could the 1 billion god be defeated by an ant from Beta Gold? Sure enough, the words fell. A figure bathed in golden divine light slowly rises from the ground. It was the billion-tailed god that I just shot down. But at this moment, he no longer had the divine and incomparable temperament he had before. Merely human ants. How dare you blaspheme the mystery? Unforgivable, as the furious voice of the billion-tailed god resounded. All the divine power from him poured out. More powerful than the divine power just now. More terrifying. This scene is like the true god coming to the world. Behind him are 10 golden divine wings displayed. I saw that the world was centered on a billion-tailed gods. Divine power turned into a wave and surged towards him. An extremely dazzling golden ball of light condensed behind him. The magical skill is the magical skill of the 10-winged god. Divine conquest of heaven. The tail gods all around saw this. They all became excited. The divine skills are the innate abilities contained in the tail god's blood. The more divine wings, the more talented you are, the stronger. The next moment, the 10-winged tail god condensed a huge ball of light like an asteroid. Throw it at me. Seeing this, I said calmly, it's interesting. It seems that I have to show some real skills. The voice fell. My whole body changed drastically. The throat skull actually turned into a hideous and terrifying black dragon head. Immediately afterwards, dragon claws, dragon horns, scales, etc. grew out of my body. At this moment I hold a bloody spear in my hand. Kill that huge golden ball of light. With a huge explosion, the golden ball of light was immediately split into two, exuding majestic divine power. Some ordinary people were immediately blown away by this divine power. And God Shai Yue's expression changed drastically. He never expected it. My strongest magical skill was actually split in half by my blow. Now he only feels unprecedented pressure. This is the only thought left in my mind. Run away, but before I can take action. The bloody hair in my hand suddenly shot toward him. The 11-tailed god hurriedly clenched his sword to resist. However, the divine sword in his hand did not last even for a second. Broken in an instant. Turn into gold. Divine power dissipates in space. The pupils of the 10-winged-tailed god suddenly shrank. My sharp and terrifying blood hair has already cut off his head. The moment the head of the 10-winged-tailed god fell, I happened to be bitten by a black dragon behind me. Swallow into belly. And the other black dragon was not polite either. Directly bite the flesh and blood of the 10-winged-tailed god. I also didn't hesitate. Pull off the divine wings of the 10-winged-tailed god and chew them. All humans stared at this scene in stunned silence. Although the false gods appeared to be righteous, but they are all a group of false gods trying to destroy mankind. However, even though I seem extremely evil, but he killed a false god. For a moment, they couldn't tell who the evil one was. Other side, all the Ogami look at me with fear in their eyes. Now they only have the idea of escape. However, Chenzi, Liu Ryan and others stood in front of them with strange smiles. At this time, a seven-winged-tailed god snorted coldly. A swarm of ants. I thought I could be rampant in front of gods by wearing a mask. Although these people don't look easy to mess with. But having one of me is already outrageous enough. It can't be that all my little brothers are outrageous objects. Argue this proof. The six-winged-tailed god pulled out the divine sword from his body. Kill them. Leave these 6 wings to me. Mahan, the masked man, jumped out. A ghastly black mist erupted from under his black robe. Then a sharp sickle more than 2 meters long appeared in his hand. This is exactly what Mahan. It's the Kamu Shinigami scythe. What? The six-winged-tailed god's expression changed. He was horrified to find the guy in front of me actually has the ability to fight beyond levels. Not just Mahan. None of the other masked people are good at it. All of a sudden, my little brothers all stand with the false gods. The power of various powerful artifacts blooms. At this time, all the false gods were horrified to discover that his own divine power was actually suppressed, even though their strength is far superior to my little brother. But they are no match for my younger brothers. At the same time, I have finished eating 1 billion tail gods. I also devoured all his tail god relics. Then I set my sights on killing a 700 million tailed god. Therefore, the superhuman of Longzhou has not yet reacted. These tail gods are being hunted by me and others. One by one died. Hey haha, cool. Chenzi bit into the flesh and blood of the tailed god. Silver blood flowed from the corners of his mouth. There are not many other mentally ill people who look good. Their hands and faces were covered with silver blood. In their eyes, the flesh and blood of false gods seems like the most beautiful delicacies in the world. But when the people around saw this, they felt a chill sweep through their bodies. After eating and drinking, I ordered a retreat. Everyone restored their prototypes one after another, disappear into space one by one. And after this incident happened, in the official high-level meeting room of Yanlong Empire, 8 powerful top bosses gathered here. And the projection in front of them showed a video of me and others hunting the false gods. The entire video can be summed up in simple words as cruel and evil. False gods are like lambs to the slaughter in our hands. For a while, it was difficult for them to evaluate who was the evil party. Video playback completed. The 8 top bosses of the Yanlong Empire who looked at them all frowned. Logically speaking, there are such powerful people in Yanlong Empire. As the top leaders of Yanlong Empire, they should be happy. After all, false gods have come to the world. Map of seizing humanity. Outlaw humanity. Become the master of this world. From a human perspective. No doubt. All false gods are enemies of mankind. The most evil and evil person. And those who hunt false gods should be honored as heroes. But in the entire video of 23 of me hunting the false gods in Longjiang City, they really can't see how 23 of us can be called heroes. Even just by perception. They think 23 of us are the evil ones. Finished watching the video. I don't know what you think. At this time, the first person in the conference room, an old man over 50 years old, said that this man was the head of the Yanlong Empire. This is the same thing. A big boss said with cold eyes that the head of state thought his methods were so cruel. If the control is not good, it will definitely become a serious problem for our Yanlong Empire in the future. It should be nipped in the cradle. The voice fell. Another big boss stood up and echoed the head of state. I think what the third elder said is right. These people's methods are inhumane, extremely evil, not a superhuman. I think compared with false gods, they're not much better. It is also a disaster in China. They should be eliminated early. The methods of these people are really too cruel and vicious. After all, I exist now. Just watching the video, it makes them shudder. Coupled with my cruel and unscrupulous methods, make it difficult for them not to doubt whether I will kill humans. But at this time, another top boss with a friendly face spoke and said to the third elder, "Fifth elder, I think your ideas are biased. Just rely on the video to conclude the matter." Not a wise choice. Although this group of mysterious people wearing masks are cruel, but they are hunting false gods. What kind of evil existence is this false god that's meant to replace us humans? The evil existence that destroys us humans, hunting these evil people with evil means. Evil false god. What's wrong? The voice fell, so the two started to have a dispute. The head of state on the hand seat was a little helpless and said that what both of you said made sense. But this matter should be considered in the long run. The most urgent task now is to find out the true identity of these masked people. Following the order from the head of the Yanlong Empire, The Yanlong Empire's huge intelligence organization began to operate. At the same time, the video of me and others in the outside world hunting false gods without any reason suddenly swept the entire human society of the Yanlong Empire, and even human society around the world, when they heard that there was a false god hiding around them who would take away human beings. Instantly caused panic among everyone. But many people also expressed doubts. After all, supernatural creatures like false gods are too unrealistic. On the other side, I and others returned to the office of the president of Donghuang Group. Lin Feng bowed and greeted brother Hailong. Come in quickly. And the first fought in Tanglong Street. The momentum is extremely huge. He also learned about my hunt for the 1 billion tail god online. Even if Lin Feng is a pighead, you can also imagine that I am definitely a big head. Must call the police severely. Brother Hailong, I don't know what your plans are in the future. Lin Feng sat opposite me, asked aloud. Why are you asking about this? You want me to give you a promotion? I looked at Lin Feng. As one of the great talents of Yanlong Empire via, he opened his mouth and said, Donghuang Group controls 1/9 of the Yanlong Empire's economic lifeline. Has huge utilization potential. Lin Feng is also a veteran. Directly say Brother Black Dragon. From now on, the world will inevitably change drastically. I also want to seize the opportunity in advance. What he meant was that he was optimistic about my strong potential. Hearing this, I said calmly, as long as you concentrate on doing things for me from now on, the benefits are indispensable to you, but right now we need a place to stay. Wherever the wind comes. His expression cleared up. If Brother Black Dragon doesn't mind it, you can go to my Lin family manor. But after arriving at the Lin family manor the next day, how dare someone dare to challenge me?